So now we're going to talk about Manasseh. So Manasseh rules in Judah, and Manasseh is Hezekiah's son. So when Hezekiah died, Manasseh takes over. So Manasseh, he was king at 12 years old, and he reigned in Jerusalem for 55 years. And baby, let me tell you something. When he got king, when he decided, so his generation, baby, he was nothing like his father. He was nothing. He started tearing down everything that his father had built back up. Like, his father broke down all the pagan things, all the idols, you know, getting things back in order, cleaning up God's house. This man did the opposite. Let's see. Let's go ahead and give a few examples. He built pagan altars in the temple of the Lord, the place where the Lord had said, "My name will remain in Jerusalem forever." He built these altars all for the powers of the heavens in both courtyards of the Lord temple. Manasseh also sacrificed his own sons in the fire in the valley of Ben Hinnom. He practiced sorcery, divination, and witchcraft. He consulted with mediums and psychics. He did much that was evil in the Lord's sight, arousing his anger. Manasseh was nothing like his daddy. Hezekiah was pleasing in the Lord's eyes. I couldn't get the words right. But Manasseh was on a whole nother type of time. So you want to tell you how God got his attention? All right, you gonna do this? So in 2 Chronicles 33, verse 10, it says this: "The Lord spoke to Manasseh and his people, but they ignored him." All right, they ignored all his warnings. God sent people in to try to warn you before his wrath come, before he lets something happen to you, because God rather for you to change from your wicked ways. But baby, he wasn't with that. All right, so the Lord sent the commanders of the Assyrian armies, and they took Manasseh prisoner. They put a ring through his nose, bound him in bronze chains, and led him away to Babylon. But while in deep distress, Manasseh sought the Lord his God and sincerely humbled himself before the God of his ancestors. And when he prayed, the Lord listened to him, and he was moved by his request. So the Lord brought Manasseh back to Jerusalem and to his kingdom. Then Manasseh finally realized that the Lord alone is God. What is it going to take for you to have an experience with God? And I pray that it ain't nothing like that. When people are telling you to stay away from all these things, it's not to try to run your life and rule your life. It's like, these are warnings. Like, that's something that God's not in. Don't be in something, because when you come against somebody else, and that somebody else is a child of God, listen, suffer not a witch to live, suffer not a warlock to live. It's gonna cost you your life. God will put you might have God's children in bondage. You might be oppressing them for years, months, however long. But understand, them tables turn, baby. Them tables turn. And God is trying to show us and teach us. Like, that's why I've been stuck on this before I can even talk about it, because like, how can we put this in our life? And it's like, God, me seeing this, I don't know what's going to happen to my kids, because I'm not their only influence. So how can I, God, right now install everything into them? But also, what can I do to make sure that the influence that I'm doing, God, like, I'm praying, God, listen, make sure that the influence around them, the people that come around them, God, like, that is good, that is positive. Keep my children covered in the name of Jesus, because I know they're going to have their own ways. I know that they're going to do their own thing, but God, be with them. If the only thing that I can do is pray and just trust God and leave it into his hands, because guess what? Our babies are God's anyway. What the generation that we're building under us, as long as we're doing all that we can, and doing it the right way off God's firm foundation, and we're not teaching our children this stuff, because like Hezekiah wasn't teaching Manasseh sorcery, divination, witchcraft. He was tearing everything down, anything that was against God. Like, Hezekiah wasn't playing. Like, baby, I'm not playing. Don't play with me. Like, people can't even be in my presence doing stuff like this. And if God warns me, listen, it's cut off. That's why people be mad, because people talk about God, but we doing stuff behind closed doors. But see, God loves his children so much that God is going to warn us who doing it. So now you can't be my friend in this season. You can't be connected to me, because one thing about God, you keep doing something to me, God gonna hurt you. God gonna hurt you. So I'd rather break your heart by stepping out of your life, by leaving your life. Hey, we can't be doing this. And if you take it how you want to take it, listen, oh, you better than everybody else. No, baby, I just care about my future. I care about my life. I care about what's connected to me, because you're doing things behind the dark. And guess what? That connection can ruin everything. Family. Some of y'all family members are in this. My family members are in this. So therefore, like, God showed me things that I didn't even think that was in my family. So therefore, it's like, this is why separation is needed. Separation in families and friendships and relationships, because you don't know what's on people's background and you don't know people are fighting. So God, how can we, help prevent most of the stuff? So let's fight it. Let's fight these generation curses so our kids don't have to go through it. And then it's crazy, because it's crazy, like, and certain things have to happen. Maybe his life had to be like this so he can experience God for himself, because the way that I have a relationship with God isn't the same way that my kids will. My relationship with God, my kids may not understand it. So therefore, like, in the perfect example, like with my son, so like, he doesn't understand the change within me. So it's just like, okay, God, I know he's about to go down his own little road. I pray that God keep him. There's some things that I cannot do. There's some things that it's hard for me taking my hands off, but I'm going to have to release and let go, because my son gonna have to find out the hard way. So therefore, like, God, give me the strength and the grace not to pick up that burden, not to pick up, like, we love our kids, we want to be there for our kids, but we can't baby our kids, especially when they get a certain age and puberty and things are happening. God, listen, so I can't control this, and then it's different households. So therefore, God, whatever he's being taught, I don't have much control and influence on his life. So therefore, whatever you got to do to get to him, God, please do it early. God, listen, I know that life ain't fair and things are going to happen. Let me install what I can with the time that I have listen, every time I get with my son, when he free, cool, come on, listen, I'm making time, I'm doing what I can as a parent, but then it's just like, God, I'm not his only influence. So God, you just make sure whatever, and I told my son this before, even when he stole from me, like, you gonna learn the hard way, like, and that's a sad thing as a parent, and it's tough to say, like, because it's like, hey, I don't want to say it, but God, do your will, let your will be done, because it's going to be his testimony, and whatever his for his life, then he can bring other people to God himself. After Manasseh did all that, he was worshiping God till he died. He was worshiping God till he died. Okay, and then and that story is beautiful, because you don't know how long someone could be in darkness. You don't know how long, like, he was doing this for a while. It doesn't say what age he changed. It just say, listen, he went to prison. He had a experience, okay? Experience where now he was oppressed. Whatever he was doing to people, it came back to him, and it wasn't pretty. And now you calling on the Lord. Like the scriptures say, you better seek God while he could be found, because when you call on him and he don't answer you, that's a terrible place to be in, and you don't want to be in that place. So when Manasseh died, they say he was buried in his palace, and then his son Amon became the next king. And I'm just his story is short, like literally from verses 21 to 25. That's how short his story is. Hezekiah's story is from 29 to 32, and Manasseh is 33, and 33 at the bottom, 21 through 25. Amen. That's it. He just get verses. He ain't even got him a whole book, because when Amon ruled, he wasn't like his father. He wasn't like his grandfather. Hezekiah was all about God. Manasseh, his daddy, he was out in the world, and then he came to God by having experience, and he finally called on to God, because now he felt what he was doing to others, and it wasn't fair. And then he changed over and started living out his life towards God till he died. But when Amon wasn't humbled about nothing. Amon got in at 22. He became king. He reigned Jerusalem for 2 years. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight, and he didn't humble himself like his father did. He worshipped idols. He sacrificed whatever he could. And baby, he did not humble himself. So guess what had happened? Amon's own official conspired against him and assassinated him. But the people of the land killed all those who had conspired against King Amon. See, he had the wrong people around him. He wasn't like, he was doing his own thing. He was wild. So therefore, imagine being so evil and nasty that your own people conspired against you. His own officials conspired and assassinated him. When God said he got people in place, and whatever he put on them to do, they gonna do. And then the people that was with Amon, they killed him. And then Joash, Amon's son, became king. And the crazy thing about it is just saying that the Lord asked him to. He was pleasing in the Lord's sight. He was 8 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem for 31 years. So the generations are crazy. We don't control. So even though we don't know or have control of our children or the things that they can do, let us be the example as much as possible, so they see us when hard times hit, that we're going to God, that whenever they go through moments and things, that even in our weak moments, that they still go to God and they don't let things consume them or make them worse off. But let us choose better relationships and friendships and better decisions and things, to where they saying like, okay, what they know what to do, what not to do, what to stay away from, how to choose positive friends. And like, even though hard decisions, even like cutting people off, like understanding like the seriousness of it, because we don't know what people are in, and there are people that are in witchcraft and doing things that they don't have no business doing. So let us be the example, because we don't know how the generation after us and that we're creating is going to turn out, and we're not their only influence. So let us just be the positive influence, and like let us be led by God and be the example as much as possible, and continue to pray and cover them.